Hi, my name is Carina and welcome to the Carina Chronicles. Today I will start on my December TBR and we'll be doing the reindeer readathon. So buckle up, we are going to read a lot this vlog. I am finally starting with the books that I have been wanting to read forever. Beginning with The Book of Lost Things by Connolly. This week we also have the talk with the book club about this book. Maybe next week, we didn't decide on the date yet, but at least soon. So I need to finish it quickly. I don't mind, I'm really excited for it. Let's bring it on. I'm going to read a little bit now and we'll see where it ends. Okay, before I actually start reading, I forgot that I have to talk to you about something. I actually had a job interview today with a publisher and it went quite okay, but I am very confused because they actually want to kind of hire me, hopefully. Like, nothing is set yet. It's kind of still vague, but at least they were enthusiastic and I'm enthusiastic. But if they want to hire me, they want to do it as a freelancer. And I was wondering, do you have any experience with that? Because it feels so scary, but I think it's the best way to go into this publisher world, to be a freelancer. But I'm not sure. If you have any tips and tricks, please let me know, or any experience at all, just share with me. You are my online friends. You have so much experience in different kind of fields. That's so nice and useful. So if you have any experience in this, please let me know, because you would really help me out. Now I'm actually going to read. Hi, I thought it was time for an update. I have been reading, but this update is not about that. I will do that later. This update is about two other things. One is that a publisher might want to send me a book, but they first want to know which book I then would like. They were like, okay, you have free choice, but now you first have to give your choice and then they decide who they are gonna send it to. So I made an Instagram story and people could vote between Jane Eyre, Emma by Jane Austen, and Circe by Madeline Miller. And the vote is not yet closed. Well, it is when you are watching this video. But, I'm sorry, I got a lazy arm. But the vote is not yet closed when I'm filming this. It is when you see this video. But it's very much looking that I have to send them that I want Circe by Madeline Miller. And I'm really happy with this. With that, I really want to read that book. I love Madeline Miller. I love The Song of Achilles. This is her only other book, so of course I'm happy with that. I'm also laughing a little bit because, well, it was the example they gave for the book that you could actually ask. So I hope they don't find it too common. But on the other hand, I can send them through my Instagram and show them that people actually want me to read this book, so that it would be the best promotion for them. So I hope that works. And the other thing I wanted to show you is something for which I'm going to turn my camera. So wait a second. I wanted to share with you two charities that I support. Not because they are sponsoring me in any way, but because I think those charities are really nice and they deserve more volunteers and people helping them out. So I wanted to show you, and maybe you find it interesting as well. The first one is very Dutch. It's Kinderpostzegels. And they are sold by children, mostly when they come to your door and they ask if you want kinderpostzegels. As you can see, these are stamps. And they are really, really cute. And every year they have a different design, which is just adorable. And they are a little bit more expensive than normal stamps. The money goes to a children's charity. So they always help you to support children, actually. This year it's a little bit vague, but it's for making sure children can bounce back after some traumatic experience. I at least know that they spend their money well, so I don't really care what it is about this year. I just want them to support children. But now you're maybe asking, but stamps, what do we use them for? Because we don't use stamps anymore because everything is digital. Well, I have a purpose. Another charity being Amnesty International, Right for Rights. And I do think this is actually not only in the Netherlands. I'm quite sure this is not only in the Netherlands. You can order a Right for Rights package and you will get all kinds of things, namely cards, a pen, a note block, which I'm not showing right now. Okay, I am. A note block, and 10 people that are living in horrible ways at the moment because they are either put into jail for no reason, they came up for their rights, they loved each other but they weren't allowed to, and sometimes they are even sentenced to death, and all with no good reason. And Amnesty International tries to free them by letting 1 million of people around the world send a letter to their government or their king or queen to please free this person because it's really not fair. And the publicity actually makes them sometimes free them. So the note block is to send them letters, and the cards is to actually send them a card to let them show they have support from all over the world. So the letters you actually send to a foreign country, so my stamps don't work for that. I need to buy regular stamps. But the cards you just send to an address in Amsterdam, and they send them all at the same time to this person so that they don't give away their address due to privacy reasons. So I use these stamps, these 10 stamps, to send 10 cards to people in jail. And on the envelope, is that a word? Well, now it is. They actually show the results of 2020, in which I also participated. And we actually freed 4 people. 1 person is still in jail, but would have been sentenced to death and has now just prison time. So, and these 2 people were murdered, and the letters were actually to start the investigation again, and they did. So it's amazing. It actually helped with 6 out of 10, and the others can still also be effective, but it will just take a while. So if you have some free time, it doesn't cost anything. It's free to get such a package, and you need to buy your own stamps, so the only costs that you have are actually stamps. But you don't have to send 10 letters and 10 cards. That's just how I do it, but you can also decide to do less if you don't have the money for that many stamps. So please participate. It's really, really nice. Good evening. I have been reading the Book of Lost Things the whole night, and I think I might be able to finish it before I end this vlog. So then I finished at least 1 book for my TBR. That's better than last month. And I have plenty of reading coming the few weeks. I am still confident that I can finish this 15 books, although I know it sounds ridiculous at this point, but then I will have finished at least 2, and there are some very small ones that are coming. I will do some public transport the upcoming days, which always helps. I have some free days in December. I will do a 24 hours reading challenge, so I feel confident. But I didn't finish it yet, so I'm updating you on something else. Actually, I want to announce something. I am going tomorrow morning. The alarm clock will go very, very early on a Saturday. And we will go to a light festival. It's like a Christmas light festival. And it's supposed to be really pretty. It's on an abandoned airport that we have in the city. Well, actually outside the city. There's beautiful nature surrounding it, which we do not have anything to do with tomorrow morning because it will be dark, very dark. And on the airport itself, there will be a light festival. And I'm going with my family and I'm trying to film pieces for you because I think it will be very, very pretty. So I hope you'll enjoy. And I'm going to bed to not be too tired tomorrow when the alarm clock goes at 6 a.m. Good morning. I had the weirdest morning ever. So we woke up at 6 a.m. or 6:30 a.m. in my case because I thought I could do it quickly to go to the light festival. It was -5 degrees Celsius, which is very cold. So we decided to not take our grandmother because we were afraid she would get like ill because of the cold. Because she's also in a wheelchair, so then she can't move and it will be too cold. Then I spent 25 minutes scrubbing the ice of the car. Normally I would cycle. I always cycle. But I felt that going to an abandoned airport in the middle of the night, in the dark, on my own, as a woman who doesn't see anything in the dark, with only like small bicycle lights, was asking for getting killed. So I didn't want to go by bike. So I spent 25 minutes to scrub all the ice of the car. I was almost late because of that. But when I was going, I was like, okay, this is 7 minutes drive and I have like 9, so I'll be in time. And then the car didn't start because it was too cold. It just didn't start. I tried everything, didn't start. So I went by bike anyway. It was very dark, very scary. And I knew I was going to be late, but I hoped it wouldn't be a problem. So after this very scary cycle, I arrived there and indeed it wasn't that big of a problem to be late because it was just like time slots so that you could go in on separate times due to COVID. So I got in. I didn't know how to find my family yet, but I was like, I will find them. They were in already for like half an hour. And then the moment I went in, my phone died, which I had charged for the whole night just to make sure I could record everything and stuff. But no, it said it's too cold and the battery was empty in one go. So I only had filmed like the part outside of the light park, which was about boar. So now I only have like little clips of video about boar. But it was actually because the airport was used to be a military airport and there were a lot of places where people could hide, take shelter for bombings and stuff. So it was actually kind of war themed, as in more peace themed. It was about a grandfather who was there when when the Netherlands was freed in the Second World War, and he's telling a story to his granddaughter. Well, she is falling asleep and she dreams about freedom and everything we can do and that we can dare to dream as we are free people, which is a beautiful thought. And it looked like Alice in Wonderland. I think it was actually used one day as Alice in Wonderland because the girl that they were talking about was just Alice. And you have all these pretty lights and it was really, really well done. I was there half an hour late, which was no problem, but a little bit of a problem because it was getting light already and the lights were most pretty in dark, of course. But yeah, my phone died, so I couldn't film it for you, but I also couldn't find my family, which was ridiculous. It should have been a family activity, but now I was on my own in this park. Couldn't film anything, couldn't make photos, just tried to enjoy myself. In the end I found them, and my sister made all kinds of clips for me. We even went back a part, so that also the beginning was filmed, but it wasn't dark anymore, so it wasn't that pretty. But I still think you will really like it. But that was of course very weird. And then I wanted to go home by bike, but then I realized I didn't have any navigation or Google Maps or anything because my phone died. And I hoped I could find my way back through the forest, but I never had been there before. So I tried to get back, but I got desperately lost, really lost. I had never seen the place where I was. And at one point, I didn't know if I was going in the right direction. And I was like, okay, I don't mind cycling for like 40 minutes longer than we are supposed to be. That is completely fine, but I need to know if I'm going in the right direction, because if I'm cycling in the wrong direction, I will never get there, and I will never get to a place that I actually recognize. But there was no one on the street because it was too early. So I looked a little bit into the houses, and there was one house. Woman actually was awake, the only one in the house, and that I wouldn't wake anyone. So I actually rang the doorbell, and she showed me the way, and she was very kind. And she was like, oh, if you cycle that way, you will definitely recognize it. If you cycle long enough, you will be in the city center of your city, but I think you will recognize it sooner. And that was true. I only cycled for 5 minutes, and then I knew where I was, and it was only 5 minutes more. So I came home. So, moral of the story, I had a beautiful cycle morning through -5 degrees Celsius. But it was very, very pretty. The most beautiful sunrise I've ever seen. Everything was with ice and snow and incredible. But the clips of the Light Festival are on my sister's phone, and she's not able to send them to me now. So I will make a very nice edited overview of the festival for my next reading vlog. So you need to wait a bit for that. But I will do a slight preview now, so that you can see what you can expect next week. If you live close to Enschede in the Netherlands, I would highly recommend you to go. It's still on Sunday the 12th of December and the Saturday and Sunday 18th and 19th of December on Airport Twente. And it is really pretty. It does cost some money, but it's definitely worth it. I did not finish the Book of Lost Things, but I almost finished it. I am absolutely certain I can finish it today. So that will be the first thing in my next reading vlog. Then I will show you the Light Festival, and then I'm going to read The Queen's Rising. So this reading vlog was again not that much of a reading, but I really hope you still enjoyed to see what charities I support, to see a little bit of the Light Festival in Twente, and to see me reading a bit. And if you did, please leave a comment. What kind of Christmas activities are you planning on doing? I really would like to know. And if you liked the video, please leave a like. If you subscribe to my channel and you click the notification bell, you will be notified whenever I post a new video. For example, with the summary of the Light Festival. And I hope you'll have a lovely day filled with books. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye! I am sorry, I literally look like crap in the last bit, but I literally just came off the bike with -5 degrees Celsius, so I think I'm allowed to, right?